welcome back to Dixon family. My Ningxia Zing. This is my sister Abigail, and today we are here with a very special person, and her name is Katharine.
Hi.
So
glad to be here.
All right, guys. So today we are here to promote Katharine's channel and products and company.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I have been working with Young Living since 2016. Are you there? You're frozen.
Yeah, we're there. Yeah, we're here.
Okay, sorry. You're frozen on my screen. Sorry.
Okay.
I've been with Young Living since 2016. A little bit about how I got started. I got married in 2016. A really good friend of mine was posting about how she uses essential oils in her own life and how they've changed her life for the better. She's much healthier. Her kids are happier. They sleep through the night. And I was like, you know what? I want something like a custom perfume blend for myself for my wedding night, and just something to smell good. And it would be like a fun way to get into just kind of like homeopathic stuff. So I bought the starter kit, and it actually came with this diffuser. And it came with 12 essential oils. 5 of them were the Vitality, which is line, which is a FDA-approved line of essential oils that you can actually consume safely. And we can go over that in a little bit.
Okay.
And then 5 of them were just other essential oils, and then 2 are one of my all-time favorites: Peace and Calming and Stress Away. It also comes with some Ningxia Red packets, which we'll go over in a little bit, and it comes with some extra rollerballs that you can add to the bottles, and it came with a few other products. So from there, I started incorporating them in my classroom. I was a preschool teacher at the time.
Wow.
And I noticed that when I would diffuse Thieves and Purification, the kids were significantly healthier. They were not getting as sick as they used to. I was not getting as sick as I had used to, and it was amazing. And then from there, I've just been learning more about natural healing and healing my body, and it's just been such a great testimony. Sorry, my computer just shut down on me. It's just been such a great natural resource. So I'm excited to get into it with you guys today.
Yeah. So these products that you have, they're for kids and adults?
They are. They actually have a baby line all the way through adulthood. And I have a few products that I want to share with you that I use on my son, who is almost 9 months old. And it's really exciting.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what would you say is your favorite product that you want to show to us first?
All right. So I have been running around like a crazy person this morning, trying to get ready for this meeting. I want to bring you all of the information that I have in a concise way. And so one of my favorite products that I have been drinking daily is this, and I'm actually going to make it with you right now because I'm a little low on energy. So this is called Ningxia Red, and it is actually a wolfberry puree from Ningxia, China, that people have been using for thousands of years, but it just recently came to the Western world. And what is so special about Ningxia is that the Ningxia wolfberry, it is a cousin to the goji berry, but it's not quite a goji berry. And why it's so special is because it has the highest I'm going to say this correctly, beta-crypton anthenins and zeaxanthinins. It's a anti-inflammatory compound, and inflammation actually is one of the leading causes of many illnesses in our society, in our bodies. I personally suffered from chronic back pain and fatigue for many years because of a few accidents that I had, and I've been drinking this now for 3 weeks straight, every single day, and I wake up happy, I wake up healthy, I wake up without any pain, which is huge for me. I have energy in the morning, and that's saying something. And then I add this Ningxia Zing. It has lime, wolfberry, black pepper, sparkling beverage, and it has naturally occurring caffeine from white tea. And so it's like a little kind of fizzy little energy drink, but I don't get the jitters like I would from coffee, if that makes sense. The other thing that I added to it, but I've already had it this morning, so I'm not going to add it right now, is this golden turmeric powder. And turmeric is so good for anti-inflammatory properties, is what I'm trying to say. Words don't work right now. What makes this turmeric different from the turmeric that you buy in just like off the shelf is that in order to actually absorb the turmeric into your body, you have to have something called pepperine. And this, I want to make sure it's saying it correctly. And so this, my computer keeps wanting to shut down on me. It has that in it, and it's actually formulated so that it your body is able to absorb the most amount of the benefits. And so anyway, I add a scoop of that, I shake this up, then I add my drink in there, and that is my go-go morning juice, I call it. And so it's just a great alternative to coffee. It's a great alternative to matcha, which I still love my matcha, or energy drinks like Monster energy drinks, which are super full of chemicals, harmful chemicals, inflammatory chemicals, and stuff like that. So that is my number one recommendation, is this Ningxia Red, and I can go into a little more about that if you would like. So quickly, I won't like brain dump on you, but the closest, it has such a high amount of antioxidants in it that the only other thing that comes even like somewhat close is a red chili. And to give you a comparison of how many ounces, this is a 2 ounce packet, but you're recommended to just drink like 1 ounce or 2 ounces a day. And the amount of antioxidants in this drink, in order to get that, you would have to eat 100 oranges or 814 blueberries, 22 carrots, 10 pounds of spinach, 59 broccoli florets, 73 strawberries, and 93 apples. Or you could just buy this, and it breaks down to about $1.50 an ounce. And so one of my friends actually did a study, or like it did the math on like how many, if you were to go to the grocery store and buy fruits and vegetables, how much would I have to spend for one person a month? Do you guys care to take a guess how much you would have to spend per person, just fruits and veggies, to get this amount of antioxidants in your body?
You can take a guess first. Maybe $5?
$5?
Yeah, $5. No.
Multiply that by like, I don't know how much. You would have spent $6,000 a month for one person to get just buying fruits and veggies, to get the amount of antioxidants you would get in 1 ounce of this Ningxia Red. And to me, like, that is just amazing. And with Young Living, you get, if anything, we spend over $100, you get free shipping. So I would say this is a lot better of a bet. And so anyway, yes, this is my yummy drink. It gives me energy and Keeps me going. I have virtually no pain. Last night I slept a little wonky, so I had my husband rub some CBD oil on me, which I will share next, on my back, and that has helped so much. So I love this Nature's Ultra CBD muscle rub, and it has no THC in it, so you're not going to have the psychedelic effects, just the healing anti-inflammatory effects. So that is that. By the way, I can't see you guys. It's a black screen for me. I hope you guys can see me. Okay?
Yeah, we can see you.
Okay, good. Okay.
So the drink you made, would that be something good to like maybe take to work with you?
Completely. If you are on the go, it takes me 5 seconds, not 5 seconds, maybe like 10 seconds to make that in the morning.
Do you know how long it'll last during the day?
Sure. So for me, I just drink one a day, and my energy lasts basically all day. I'm just making an extra one right now for a little extra boost because, like I said, I've literally been running up and down stairs, bringing all my products up here, so because they're normally downstairs, and I'm in my office right now. So I could use a little extra boost, but for me, it lasts all day. And I'm a mom of a 9-month-old son. I used to work full time, and I worked at a coffee shop. I worked as a preschool teacher, and I would drink my matcha. I would drink espresso. Nothing compares to the energy that I get from this. So I highly recommend it. Side note, children who are eating solid foods can actually drink Ningxia, and it will help them so much. So if you are a high school student or, getting ready to go get up in the morning, I would highly recommend this. Also, one more thing is that it is a puree. It's not a juice. So it is a drink, but the cool thing is that they take the entire wolfberry and they puree it, and there is more on seedtoseal.com. You can learn more about their process of how they process the wolfberry. That is one of the things that I personally love about Young Living is that they have a seed to seal promise guarantee. So they have a hand in the growing process, the cultivation process, the making the drink process, anything that they have. All their farms around the world are they have complete control over. They are constantly testing for purity, constantly testing to make sure there's no pesticides or heavy metals in the soil. And once something becomes unsustainable to make it again, they take it off the market. So there have been things that I'm like, oh, but I really wish they had that still. And they're like, sorry, we can't sustain it, and it would actually become more harmful for our environment to keep making this, so we can't produce that product anymore for a while. So they're just a super eco-friendly company, and I love it so much.
So let's say we were on a sports team that we joined in high school. Would this be a good alternative for a sports drink?
This would be an amazing alternative to a sports drink, and I will tell you why. Not only does it have the anti-inflammatory, which I'm sure you're going to get bumps and bruises if you're on a sports team. I know my husband was on football for all 4 years of high school, and he ended up separating his shoulder. He broke his pinky toe, and he has so many injuries now that, from that. And I know that, this anti-inflammatory drink would actually have helped him a lot. Especially in that healing process. And then it will give you the natural energy. And then it's also going to keep you from getting those, intaking those chemicals from Monster Energy drink or Red Bull or whatever, right? Because we know that those chemicals are actually called EDCs, hormone endocrine disrupting chemicals, and they are actually hormone blockers. And so those hormone blockers, they block your hormone receptors. We have hormone receptors and we have a hormone, right? And it goes in like a key to a lock. And what those EDCs, those endocrine disrupting chemicals, do is either they block the receptor or they pretend to be that key, and then they go in, and then your hormone can't go in correctly, and then that creates all these side effects like underactive thyroid or PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which causes incredibly painful menstrual cycles. It causes all these different kinds of side effects in our body because our hormones are not being able to connect correctly. And so anyway, you would have that energy that you would have from this, and you wouldn't have those harmful chemicals going into your body, so your body is able to actually heal itself faster, because you're getting the nutrients that you're needing. And I want to say it was a Johns Hopkins study. Don't quote me on that just yet, but I was just writing this down. I can't find my note on that, but that said, no, it wasn't Johns Hopkins. It was another guy, and I will find it out and I will write it to you later. But he said that our cells are actually able to sustain themselves and reproduce themselves, given that there is significant nutrients going into our bodies. So when you are feeding yourself with the healthy nutrients you need, your body is actually able to regenerate and heal itself. And that is because we are given the nutrients that is from Mother Earth, right? Well, we are from the earth. We need food from the earth. And so that's how we survive and give ourselves energy.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So yeah, if there are other questions, I'd love to answer that, or I can walk you through my day of how I start my day and the supplements I use too.
I would like to know, like, where are these products selling out right now?
Sure. So the beautiful thing about Young Living is that they are a network marketing company, so it's all basically by word of mouth. So I have a referral code. So if you sign up with me, you will use my referral code, and then that hooks you into my team. And I have the most, I'm sure that everybody will say this, but I personally feel like I have the most amazing team leader. Her name is Katie, and she's constantly putting out classes. I just recently attended a No More Pain Party class. And before that, I watched a video she put out about hormones. That's why I learned all this about hormones and stuff like that. So you sign up and you will become a customer with Young Living, and they have a wonderful program where if you buy either $100 worth of product one time, that unlocks a 24% discount on all the products for 24 months. Or if you're on a little bit of a tighter budget, you can do the subscribe to save, and just like let's say you only want one product. Like, I really need some extra energy in the morning. I'm not into making that entire drink. I just want the Ningxia Zing. Then you can get this, add it to your subscribe to save order, and that unlocks 24% off all of the website. And then if they have an amazing loyalty program. So I don't know if you guys have credit cards or they have a loyalty program, but typically the loyalty program would be loyalty program, which is so amazing. And the loyalty program is typically if you have like a credit card, the loyalty program is like 2%, 3% back. But this, Young Living, they said, no. What we're going to do is for our customers who are on Subscribe and Save, we are going to give them for the first 3 months consecutively of ordering, if you spend 50 PV stands for personal volume, and typically, so this is a $50, you get for $50, you get 12 cans of this, Ningxia Zing, and you get $50 back in PV points. Something like a starter bundle, they have a little less, there'll be like a little less PV than what you're paying because I don't know why, but it will be less. But typically what the dollar amount is the PV amount that you're going to get. So for the first 3 months consecutively, if you spend over 50 PV, you get 10% back in points. So if you spend $100, you will get $10 back in points, and then you can use those points. They save up. You can save them up, or you can use whatever. You can use them right away once your order processes, and you can use those to buy more products. So I personally will say, like, there's a really expensive oil that I can't afford right now, but I know that in my monthly order I'm going to be getting these points back, so I will save those points, and then later on I will buy that more expensive oil, or I will buy like this moisturizer I got, and it's a little on the higher side, but I'm able to use my points for it. And then after 3 consecutive months, on your 4th month, it bumps you up to 20% back. So spending $100, you get $20 back in points that you can save. And then if you're consecutive on your 25th month, you get 25% back. And so I've been with Young Living for now 59 months, almost 60 months, almost 5 years. And so I get 25% back in points that I save every month. And if you ever go under 50 points on your monthly order, that's okay. You just go back down to the 10%, and then the next month, and then you kind of start over from there. Or if you ever skip a month, you'll go back down to the 10% ranking. But it's still an amazing deal.
Yeah, I really like the system for it. It's like really cool and interesting. All right, so 2 days ago, I was rushed to the emergency room because I had like a really bad toothache. So I was wondering if you had anything for like teeth or like gums or inside the mouth.
Yes. So oral hygiene is so important because we know that it a lot of stuff like gingivitis and stuff, it goes into our blood, and that can affect blood in the entire body. So the Young Living has a line called Thieves, and they have everything from dental hygiene, like they have, I think, 4 different types of toothpaste. They also have a mouthwash that's super great. But my husband sometimes struggles with tooth pain as well, and I actually have him apply clove oil. So in a 15 milliliter bottle like this, there are 250 drops of oil, and I have him take like 2 or 3 drops, put it on a cotton ball, and then directly on to where the pain is, and within 20 minutes, the pain's gone. He's just like so amazed, because that's kind of a chronic problem for him. So yeah, I would definitely recommend clove oil. It's a little bit of like a natural numbing agent. Also, let me see where I have it. Copaiba. Copaiba oil is really great. It's a natural, it is a derivative of the cannabis plant, but again, it does not have any THC in it or CBD. It's but it has the same healing products that the CBD cannabis plant has. So my son, who is teething right now, I will put this along his jawline and then also directly on his gums, and that instantly, he stops crying. And then I also put lavender oil on his jawline. So I would highly recommend those 3 products: Copaiba, clove, and lavender oil. Lavender is literally called the Swiss Army knife of oils because it has so many benefits. So yes.
So do you think it would work if you mix the lavender oil and the copaiba oil and still put it on your jawline?
Definitely. I would definitely recommend that. I actually, this is not that roller, but I actually do put it into a rollerball, kind of like this. It's hard to see. But I will put it in, and then I will just roll it on his jawline, and then also apply it directly to his gums. Personally, I don't use the roller on his gums. I use the bottle. I drop it on my fingers and put it on. But I definitely, you can just, and this is actually a super gentle oil, so you don't need to use a carrier oil, which we can get into in a little bit. So this is super gentle, and you can use it directly on your skin. And for most people, they don't have a reaction. If you do have a reaction, just use a carrier oil, and that should take care of any kind of irritation.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah. And getting back to how you're talking about hormones and all of that, I was thinking of my most struggle with mine is my acne, my face acne. And I was wondering if you guys had any products to deal with face acne.
Yes, definitely. So one of my dear friends, the one who actually signed me up, she struggled with chronic acne, and to the point where she was actually made fun of a lot in high school because of it. And that was something that got her into using essential oils. So if I may go over my morning routine with you, I think this is something that will help you a lot. I have another friend who's an esthetician, and she taught me this skincare routine. So I start in the morning. After my shower, I use their lavender shampoo and conditioner. And Young Living actually just reformulated this, so it's even healthier for your hair. And side note, most of the products from Young Living are concentrated. So 1 bottle of this, I actually take and I put about 3/4 of it into an empty bottle, and then I top it off with water. You could even just do half a bottle and top it off with water, and it prolongs it. So what I do in the morning, I wash my face with this Mira Luminous Cleansing Oil. I wash, and then with warm water and a washcloth, I scrub it off. And then I'm personally a DIY kind of person, do it yourself. I like to make my own stuff. So I made a facial toner with, and I wrote down my recipe. So I'm gonna remember this. Where did I write it down? 1 second. Sorry. Okay, so my facial toner has witch hazel, 2 ounces of witch hazel in a glass jar, and half a teaspoon of vitamin E oil, and then I add 3 drops of tea tree, 3 drops of cypress, 3 drops of geranium, and I add that into my toner, and then I put that on a little bamboo cloth or a little cotton cloth, and I put that all over my face. I kind of just go like this, let it dry a little bit. And then next I add cedarwood oil and my lavender oil. And I just add those directly to my hand, 3 drops each. I rub it around all of my face, and this provides a great barrier for your skin, and it is and it's relaxing. The scent, the aroma is relaxing, and but it's also, whenever we apply oils to our skin, within 22 seconds, those oils are in every single cell of our bodies, and they are bringing along oxygen and nutrients and pushing out toxins in our cells. So then I use those 2 things once that's super and I don't get it doesn't look greasy, actually. You would think oh, does not look greasy? Not really. And then I use I have dry skin, and before I started this routine, anytime I would put makeup on, it would just look super cakey and gross because my skin was so dry. And now I don't really wear makeup anymore, but if I do put it on, it feels smooth and natural. So then after I put on those 2, I use my Art Intensive Moisturizer. They have a few, so Young Living has a few different face care lines, and one of them is Art, A-R-T, and so I just use that moisturizer. You pump it down, take a little in your hand. I like to do a few dots, and then rub it in really well, and I'm good to go. And then, super important for all skin types, is that we top it off with sunscreen. So again, Young Living is most of their products are concentrates. So what I do is, and I'm gonna get the recipe up that I just took a picture of. They have a mineral sunscreen lotion, and I need to get the name of the chemical that's in most sunscreens, that when we put sunscreen on, because we're going to the beach or something, and then we get in the water, that washes off, and it's been killing our coral reef. But this mineral sunscreen lotion does not have that chemical. It's so wonderful. So what I did was I took their little bottle that that I bought. I put it into this spray bottle, and I added 8 ounces of fractionated coconut oil and 30 drops of lavender oil, because lavender oil has SPF qualities in it. And so I added that, and then you can also opt to add carrot seed oil. I did add it to mine. I don't care for the scent of it, so next time I would probably leave that out, but that's just my personal preference. And then I shake it up and I apply it to my entire body. And that is super important because, as we know, the sun has such damaging properties. The UVA rays that hit our body, A stands for aging, so it ages our skin super quickly. You get those wrinkles, you get those sunspots, all that kind of stuff. And UVB, which is for burning. So that's when you get a sunburn, which someone like me, because I'm the sun, I burn very quickly. And I don't tan, unfortunately. So that is something that I definitely think is very important to add to your skincare routine. And then what I do at nighttime is I use my my Savvy Minerals makeup remover. So I'll use that regardless if I have makeup on my face or not. It's just a nice way to kind of cleanse, get it all off. And then I made this glow serum, which is made with glutathione, frankincense, geranium, so many yummy things, and I just kind of squeeze it up. I add 5 drops into my hand. I rub it all over my face, and then I do this under eye serum, which also has lavender, geranium, and frankincense, and I just put it under my eyes, and I've been noticing my dark circles have been going away, so that's something nice that I appreciate. And my skin, like, it's just so smooth. It feels like my baby's skin. So that's something that I've never had before. And then 2 more products to add. That's my typical like daily routine. And then 2 days a week, I will add my charcoal mask. And I do that and I let it sit for 20 minutes. I then wash it off. Then I add my toner. So I'll do my luminous cleanser, and then I add my mask, and then I continue on. And then 2 other days a week when I'm not doing this, I use my mint satin facial scrub. And that is really good for exfoliating. It's really good for it has a really pretty minty scent, and it's kind of like invigorating in the morning. My skin always feels super soft after I use it, so I highly recommend these products for that.
Okay. For these products, would you have any concerns? Like any concerns that you would want to express before, like, it being out?
Yeah, definitely. So one thing I must say is that I am not a doctor. I have just done a lot of research, and I know what works best for my body. So if you ever have any concerns, you need to check with your doctor before, adding anything into your body. Personally, I was really struggling in 2018. I was really struggling with panic attacks and fatigue. And I was a preschool teacher, so I was having like panic attacks in the classroom, and that's not safe, healthy, or okay. And I was needing a lot of extra assistance. So I went to my doctor and I said, like, what's going on? And she said, let's get your thyroid tested. And then I went and got my thyroid tested. It turns out I have underactive thyroid, and I've been on a thyroid pill for 3 years, 4 years now, 3 years, and but now I have I'm still taking that pill, and I'm also adding in supplements that help me take care of that, but I am in constant communication with my doctor to make sure that what I am putting into my body is healthy and okay. I do a lot of my own research. Also, there are things like Thieves oil, which is considered a hot oil. And what that means is that it can cause irritation to the skin. So if I ever apply this directly to my skin, personally, because I have such sensitive skin, I will break out in a rash. But if I add my Thieves to my V6 vegetable complex oil, or something like avocado oil or jojoba or sweet almond oil or fractionated coconut oil, whatever works for you and your body. Essential oils are fat soluble, so you'll want to dilute them according to, I would say, making sure that for teenagers you are using an oil, a fatty vegetable oil, because essential oils are fat soluble. Say that 10 times fast. And they, so that's how you dilute it. And like I said, everybody's body is different. So my skin is a little more sensitive, whereas my husband's is not as sensitive. So I need to dilute things a little bit more than he does. the beautiful thing is that Young Living also has a Rollerball line and a baby line that come pre-diluted. So if you're ever like, look, I just want to have some pain relief and I don't have time to figure out my ratio and everything like that, Deep Relief Rollerball is super great. It comes pre-diluted. Let's see, it has, to name just a few of the ingredients, peppermint, lemon, balsam, clove, wintergreen, helichrysum, and then it's topped off with coconut oil. So, sorry, my computer keeps locking me out. I don't know why. So anyway, so that is super great. I also love this Tranquil Rollerball that comes pre-diluted, and it's great for nighttime. And then for my baby, I do baby massage every night. And so we use his baby lotion. They have a whole seedling line for infants and toddlers specifically. And then I add my Gentle Baby to it, and sometimes I add my Seedlings Calm, and we do a massage, and that is so wonderful. And then I also do the Sleepies Kids Sense. So they have two lines for kids. They have Kids Sense and then Seedlings. And Kids Sense is really great for children, young children, elementary school age specifically. And if you're ever like, I don't know what to use, what dilution remedy ratios to use, these come safe and ready to use on your babies. So that is that. And then there are also a lot of resources out there that have dilution recommendations as well.
Okay. So are all of the products that you've shown us so far external? Do you have an internal?
I do have an internal line. So the internal line is called Vitality. And these are just a few of the Vitality oils that we use in our house. My top 3 are, and these are all FDA approved, by the way. So this is their FDA approved line. So my top 3 are the grapefruit, lime, and lemon. And I really enjoy adding these to my water. And I really like putting them in, like I said, my water, or if I ever have a sore throat, I will take my Thieves Vitality, my Orange Vitality, and my Lemon Vitality, and I'll put 2 drops each in some honey, and then I'll take that, and that coats my throat. It gets the benefits from the essential oils. It gets the benefits from the Thieves oil, which we can go into in a minute. And that then coats my throat, helps me so much. So that is the wonderful Vitality line. And then last night I actually made some lavender honey lemonade that I posted a video on my Instagram of how I made that honey lavender lemonade, and I used the Vitality lavender for that. And I just got this new one called EndoFlex. It's supposed to be really good for releasing trauma. So I took a few drops and I rubbed it over my liver, which is where we hold our trauma, and the cortisol that we produce when we're anxious and everything like that. It gets held in our liver, which is what processes our toxins, right? So that is super important to know what can go into your body and what can be put on your body and help you release those toxins. Another thing I should say, which I'm not sure if I said before, is that everything is safe to put onto your body. And there are 3 ways that I use essential oils that I don't think I said before. One is topically, and then the other is internally, and then the other is aromatically. So you put it into your hands, and if I could just do one quick segue while I'm thinking of it. One of the things that I have been doing for the month of August is a setting intentionality challenge. So, I take my frankincense, if I can find it, and sorry, I have like so many oils here. Okay, I take my frankincense, and this is so good for spiritual connectivity too. I rub it on my hands, take a deep breath, and I do that 3 times, and then I rub it all over my face. I say what I'm grateful for, I recite my gratitude list, and then I start my day, and then I also have been moving my body daily. And I do that morning and night with my frankincense. And so that has been super great. And when you inhale it aromatically, it goes through your nose, it goes into your brain, and it penetrates within 20 seconds. It penetrates your brain barrier. I wrote this down because I wanted to make sure I said it correctly. Within 22 seconds, it penetrates your blood-brain barrier and stimulates oxygen and production in your amygdala and limbic system. And the oxygen, the amygdala is where we control our emotions and stuff. And so in preschool, we would often talk about, a child's having an amygdala flip, where your amygdala flap is up and you are just basically reacting emotionally. You're not thinking correctly, like you're not making rational thoughts, right? So this really helps to stimulate that, bring yourself back into control, and stuff like that. So that's also where we hold our emotions, trauma, and memory center.
So like these would be great for like when you feel like you're really angry or when you're really upset or sad.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. This sounds like something that would calm you down. Is that what you would what recommend for like calming and like happy thoughts? So it feels
totally. It's kind of like the Peter Pan of oils. Like think happy thoughts. You know what I mean? So yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'm just asking for my computer charger because my computer is about to die. And so yeah, so it's like happy thoughts. A few others for happy thoughts are the lemon, the lemon vitality, plus the lemon just diffusing it is like citrus oils are so great for they're so great for boosting our emotions, boosting our spirits, stuff like that. One thing I wanted to ask you guys is is there a scent that you ever smell and you're like, oh, that reminds me of like this person, or like, oh, that reminds me of this place I went to one time, or like, oh, that like reminds me of like a really scary time. Is there ever a scent that you smell that like triggers that for you?
When we used to go to stores. So when I used to go to stores with my parents, and I smelled the lavender on like the shelves, it would remind me of the times when me and my sister would get lavender and put it in our room to keep like bugs away from our room or our beds and stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. See, so that's a great like reminder, a reminder challenge. not challenge, but just so that's called olfactory memory. And so that's your scent area, whatever you call it. I'm sorry, words are not working for me very well right now. And so yeah, you have that beautiful memory of, maybe a mixed memory of bugs, but also like bonding with sister time, right? So because we store so many of our emotions and memories in our system, in our oral factory system, and our scent system, then that is why it's so important to know like what I'm putting into my body or what I'm putting on my body, and how it can trigger those things. Sorry, I'm getting my assistant to add my charger for me right now. Anyway, I have a baby assistant and a husband assistant in the background right now. Anyway, so yes. So another extra thing that I would like to add for stress and emotional support is Stress Away oil. Does that say it all or what? And also Peace and Calming oil. So Stress Away has like a slight citrusy aroma, plus also like a little bit of vanilla in there, and that's super delicious. It also comes as a rollerball. I don't have it on me right now, but the other cool thing you can do is I just bought extra rollers from Young Living, and I can take these rollers actually and just pop it into one of my bottles, and then I use that as my roller, and I'm good to go. So that is another super special thing that we have. Trying to think. Valor. This is my girl Valor. And this is literally called chiropractor in a bottle, because it is able to help us hold our alignment in our body when we are, especially after you get an adjustment. I don't know if you ever go to the chiropractor. I visit one religiously. He is my best friend because he helps me keep moving. I also love this. Valor, it got its name because it supports courage, right? And it encourages you to have. It's a very grounding oil. It's a very helpful oil for supporting emotions as well. And I put this on daily. Personally, I am an introvert. I find being around other people to be very draining, and especially when I've had very little sleep. So, funny story, the other day I was at Target and it was just like so busy. I had to wear my mask, and for me, wearing my mask really just stimulates a lot of like trauma and just like memories and stuff like that. I don't know why, but it does. And I came out into my cart and I was like on the verge of tears, and I was like, why am I on the verge of tears right now? This is a little bit silly. You're a 30-year-old woman, you need to get it together. You were just shopping at Target. No need to like have a panic attack. And I grabbed my Valor rollerball. I put it on. I took 3 deep breaths, and I just felt like the sense of relief and just like all this anxiety just like draining from my body. And I was like, it's okay. Like, you're okay. You're allowed to express emotion, but also not to let it like destroy or ruin my day or my life, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's my girl Valor. It's very helpful for that.
So in the beginning, when you started talking about it, you said that it was like a chiropractor, but like literally speaking, do you think, like, maybe let's say you just got into a car accident, you didn't damage yourself that much, but do you think it'd still help if you like rubbed it on your back or your arm?
I definitely think it would be Again, I'm not a doctor, so I can't diagnose that, but I think it would be a definite benefit. I think that, if you were to use this as in combination with chiropractic, that would be so wonderful. One of the things for me, when I first started seeing a chiropractor, my body was so out of alignment from a few different accidents that I'd had years prior, and just the compacting damage from that. And I would have to go like 2 or 3 times a week. And then I eventually got up to like once a week. And then I started adding these essential oils and these supplements into my body, and now I only go once a month. And that's just for maintenance. Really, that's just, and my chiropractor's like, this is the best your body's ever felt entirely. So I use these in addition to other homeopathic and chiropractic and other remedies. And also my Western medicine. I am not down on Western medicine one bit. I think that there have been so many wonderful things to come out of Western medicine, but at the same time, it is important that we are recognizing and understanding the chemicals that we are putting into our bodies. So I use these oils in combination, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned earlier that like it fixes aligning or like helps like going through with aligning. Does it have like any like anti-aging products to it? Because like
yeah. What were you gonna ask? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say with interlining with your fixing. I don't know. It's not coming to me. But I was just thinking, like fixing all of the alignments, doesn't it like strengthen your skin, or like gives you, what properties does it like give you?
Yeah, definitely. So it does have those rejuvenation properties. I'm going to read the ingredients to you. So it has black spruce leaf oil, cinnamon, which is camphor wood oil, blue tansy, which is what is in my glow serum, that blue tansy. And blue tansy has a lot of anti-aging properties too. It's super good for you. It has frankincense, geranium flower oil, which is also in that rollerball that I put under my skin. So it's super good for your skin, which we know as our skin is our largest organ on our body. And we really need to be feeding our organs. And so yeah, I definitely would say that these have anti-aging properties and super helpful for like skin health and stuff like that. So yeah, I have the ingredients that are in this I use in my skincare routine, my face skincare routine. So I don't use this specific one on my face, but I'm sure you could. I use it more as a in the diffuser or on my skin. Sometimes I use this at nighttime, and it is so helpful for relaxation. I sleep like a baby when I diffuse this. My latest one that I've been diffusing at night is frankincense, as well as lavender. So a few more things. A few more things that I would like to share with you. 2 things. One I would want to add that just popped into my brain is specifically for my California friends, the wildfires that are raging right now. And there's so much smoke in the air. Plus, for everybody worldwide, we're all having to wear our masks and stuff like that. And so a few ways that I support my body with having to wear a mask, combating just that feeling of that rebreathing, through the mask, plus also combating smoke is that I will add a few drops of one of my citrus oils to my mask. That is so good for filtering and purifying, and then you're inhaling it and getting all those good benefits into your lungs. I use my Breathe Again roll-on. The Breathe Again is really good for respiratory health. So if you ever have a cold or you're congested, you just rub it on. It's kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of like a Vicks, but without like that burning menthol sensation and going into your nose. And then what else do I use? Yeah, I use that, or I use RC, which is respiratory control, I think. I can't remember exactly what it stands for, but it's another respiratory blend that's really great. Ravenestra is another one that is so wonderful. So if you are wearing a mask, if you're in one of those states that requires you, or a county that requires you wear a mask to go in, I highly recommend adding a citrus oil drop or two to your mask. Also adding it into your water so that you're hydrating and you're getting those products into your body. Those are super great. Yes.
So I was wondering that since we're all females, I was wondering if you had anything that would help make like our menstrual cycle feel like less painful.
Yes, I'm so happy you said that. I'm so happy you said it. I wanted to talk about that so bad because I, for years, struggled with painful menstrual cycles. One of my most traumatic experiences was I was in middle school and I was on my period and I was so sick that I had such bad cramps, I ended up almost passing out in the middle of math class. My grandmother picked me up and I ended up throwing up in front of my entire class. It was so wonderful. Such a great memory. So I then turned to my doctor and I said, "What do you have, doctor, to help me with this?" And they prescribed me birth control. And I was like, for years and years, I took birth control, but nothing ever got better. And we need to stop. This is my little soapbox moment, but we need to stop saying that birth control regulates our cycle, because it might, but like really does it. And one way that I regulate my cycle is through hormone support, because our hormones are what creates our cycle. So I follow a wonderful woman who's actually part of my business mentors, and her name is Haley Aliff, and she recommended, and then I started using this method after she recommended it. And side note, when I got off birth control, I was on birth control for 10 years. So when I got off of it, it triggered in my body to create to grow a ovarian cyst, and it grew for 8 months. So it was 3 inches long. It was huge and causing so much pain in my body. I ended up having to have surgery to remove it, actually. And we struggled to conceive our son for 15 months, and like my cycle was all over the place. And I attest that being gluten-free for a month, and then also using this that I will go over in just 1 second, totally regulated my cycle. And we got pregnant a month later. And then after I had my baby, my hormones were all out of whack, and I wasn't starting my cycle again. I had 1 period, and then it went away, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna go back to this like painful cycle again. I'm not going back to this like, when am I gonna have a period kind of thing. I need to be regular, right? So what she recommended, and what the regimen that I follow and works best for my body, is clary sage. I use 2 drops undiluted on my day 1 through 14 of my cycle, and then I use Progessence Plus. So progesterone is a hormone that we all create in our bodies, and a lot of women will have either like low progesterone production, and so doctors will oftentimes prescribe progesterone pills or supplements, but the problem is that those progesterone supplements are often synthetic, so they're man-made. But this Progessence Plus comes from yams, so you know that you're getting it from a natural product. So I use then 2 drops of this day 15 through 28 of my cycle. So in that I have had no painful periods at all. When after I had that first cycle, after I had my son, and then it went away again, I said, okay, I'm taking control of my body again. I used the Clary Sage. Within 1 day, my cycle came back and it's been normal. And I was just like, wow, glory to God that we have these natural healing products from the earth that we can use in our bodies, and wonderful things like that. Now, I must say, these are not the only things that help. One of the other things is that circling back to what I was talking about in the beginning of our meeting is that those endocrine disrupting chemicals, EDCs, women, like I said before, I believe I said it before, women, especially American women, apply between 150 and 300 chemicals, toxic chemicals, to our body a day. Whether that's through our makeup, whether that's through our shampoo, our cleaning supplies, all these things. So some of those are sulfates. They are, I have it written down. They are, where are they? They are, it's fragrance. So one thing that the FDA approves is for companies to put in fragrance or parfum into your thing, and that is actually listed as with the EPA, the Environmental Protective Agency. Fragrance is listed as a pesticide. So you're applying pesticides to our bodies and saying like, oh, doesn't that smell lovely? And then we're wondering why we have so many things like cancer, or like PCOS or stuff like that. Also, like food coloring. I am super allergic to red dye number 40. I have a friend who her son has Tourette syndrome, and if he consumes food dye or food coloring, he gets really bad tics, and it really inflames his ADD, and it engages his Tourette's, and so like we find food coloring in everything, such as like shampoo, but also like laundry detergent. Like, why do we need food coloring in our laundry detergent? You know what I mean? It's just so silly. So one of the things that Young Living said was, we are going to take all those toxic chemicals. The European Union bans 1,300 chemicals. Thieves found 1,200 more chemicals. So 2,500 toxic chemicals that they ban from their makeup line and all the products that they use. So I am switching over to using their makeup line. It's actually going to be coming in my August shipment. But the other main thing that I use to best support our whole family is the Thieves line of cleaning products. So I use the Thieves household cleaner. This one bottle is, I want to say it's like $28, but I take 1 capful, I pour it in, and I add 1 capful plus water to a glass spray bottle, and that's what I use for my cleaning. And I will send you guys a video later, and you can actually look it up on YouTube. But they did my friend of mine, her cousin did a study, like they did a swab, and the little girl, her daughter, the cousin's daughter, was 12. She took a cotton swab, swabbed her school's bathroom, and then put it on a petri dish. And they tested Mrs. Myers. They did a control where they didn't put anything on there. They did method cleaner. They did bleach. They did Lysol. And then they did Thieves. And they also did oregano. And they used also just the straight Thieves oil. And they found that like the oregano, the Thieves oil, and the Thieves cleaner, nothing grew. Like no toxin, no bacteria grew on that stuff. So when you think, and so anyway, they have a huge line from oral care that I had referenced earlier, to cleaner. This stuff will last you. So you can make 28 bottles of cleaner from this one concentrate. So this will last you like a good 6 months, if not a year. So one thing that I'm sending you, the Dixon family personally, this is my cleaner solution pre-diluted. So I added my 1 capful and I added water, and when you receive it, you can just put it into a spray bottle, add water, a little more water if you like. It smells like Christmas. It's delicious. Personally, I get very triggered by artificial scents like bleach or whatever, and so that really affects me. So having something like this that doesn't trigger those things, those allergies, really helps. And then also the other thing I'm sending you guys is a sample of the Thieves laundry detergent. And so it is a concentrate when you buy it. And we are a family of 3. I have another friend who's a family of 5, and she uses this, and it lasts their family of 5 6 months. Because what you can do, what I do, and again on my Instagram, I have a video of how I dilute and I extend this this laundry soap, is that I take half the bottle. Is a 32-ounce bottle. I take 16 ounces, if I'm doing that math correctly. I add 1 capful of my Thieves cleaner. I add 10 drops of lemon, 10 drops of purification, and then I add the rest with water, and that lasts us so long. And you only need 1 capful after you dilute it. You only need 1 little capful every month. So and 1 capful is actually 1 ounce. So you're gonna have 4. This is a 4-ounce little jar that I'm sending you guys. So you'll have 4 washing cycles with this. And so why is it important to use these kinds of cleaners, these products, is because we are putting so many of those chemicals into our body, and then those EDCs are getting in there, and then those are disrupting our hormones, and then that disrupts our cycle, and then that gets us off track, and then we have side effects like polycystic ovarian syndrome, or just like menstrual cramps, or endometriosis, or something like that. So it's so important to know what toxins are going into your body, because if you have inflammation, that leads to so many other troubles down the road. So I highly recommend using the Thieves line of cleaning supplies, plus Clary Sage and Progessence Plus for your cycle regulation and stuff like that. All right, so you guys had also asked me about body care. So along with my facial skincare routine that I use, as I mentioned, I use the Lavender shampoo and conditioner. Then there's also a whole different line of body wash, and they also have bar soap. So one of my favorites is the charcoal bar soap. And sometimes I'm in the mood for bar soap, sometimes I'm in the mood for a body wash. So my personal favorite is the Dragon Time body wash. That's super great. They also have a whole line of skin lotion. The new one that just came out is called Luscious Lemon. And oh my goodness, it smells like summer heaven. It's just delicious. And so I have that at my sink, the hand lotion at my sink in the kitchen. So after I'm washing dishes, my hands get kind of dry. I use the Thieves dish soap, and then I also have Thieves hand soap in all of our bathrooms. And that's the foaming hand soap. And then I use my Luscious Lemon moisturizer afterward, and that just it keeps my skin feeling so smooth and clean. I think I referenced earlier the Art line of skincare. One thing I forgot to mention was the Savvy Mineral line. So this is I use their mascara. I also use their blush, and this is the lip scrub, poppy seed lip scrub. So it's just a nice little you put your finger in there, scrub it around, wash it off, and your lips feel nice and refreshed. And you guys aren't kissing any boys yet, but when you do, when you're old enough, it's just a super nice way, soft lips. And then also they have several different chapsticks, and also, like I mentioned, they have one of my favorite chapsticks is the Lavender chapstick, but they have a whole line of Savvy Minerals makeup products, and one that I'm really excited to receive at the end of August when my loyalty rewards shipment processes is their lipstick. So they have some really fun colors there, and they have a pretty great foundation match, you can match to your skin color. Another one that I like to use if I've had a long day in the sun is this Lubiderm Cooling Mist, and it has aloe vera in it, lavender oil, Northern Lights black spruce oil, and helichrysum flower oil. And so I will just spray it on, rub it in, and it's a really great just for rejuvenation of skin, and after the sun, just spraying it on, and kind of helps to speed up the process of healing. One other thing that just popped into my mind is why this does speed up the process of healing is because it has lavender in it. And lavender oil, I don't know where it is in front of me right now. It's one of these many oils. Lavender is actually the reason why they call it the Swiss Army knife of oils. Here it is, lavender, is because it has so many great properties. So one thing that lavender does, I don't know if you guys ever straighten your hair or when you're cooking or something like that, but sometimes when I used to straighten my hair, I don't have time for that anymore, I would burn myself, right? And I don't know how many times I burned myself with a curling iron or hair straightener, or even cooking, and oil is popping and it pops on your skin. You grab your lavender oil and you put that on, and it starts, not only does it have a cooling effect, it also heals at a cellular level, and it prevents those burns from getting worse. One time when I was working at a coffee shop, I was holding a paper cup and I was filling it with hot boiling water for tea, and all of a sudden the cup crushed and all the water went all over my hand, and it hurt. I've never experienced a pain like that other than labor. It hurt so bad. And so I grabbed my lavender oil and I put it on, and I have no scarring from that horrible, horrific burn. And I mean, that is the power of lavender oil. The other power of it is that my son, ever since he's been born, has had a hard time with napping. Bedtime is great, thank God, but napping is so difficult. And so the last couple mornings I've been giving him lavender baths. I put him in the warm bath after breakfast, and I put 3 drops of lavender in there, and he sleeps for over an hour. So mama's able to get a lot done. It's really nice. So lavender oil for your skin is so healing and beneficial. For any mamas that are about to give birth, I don't have it on me right now because I sent it to my little sister who is pregnant. Clariderm oil, or a spray, Clariderm spray. When I gave birth, I had a level 2 tear in my perineum area, and that can take a little bit of time to heal. But I tell you, I put on the Clariderm spray, and it healed so fast. I virtually had no pain in my recovery. So that is super great for mamas who are about to give birth. That is a really healing one as well. I'm trying to think here. We're talking about skincare. Also, so another thing for skincare is like pain, kind of added into skincare. And so a couple of things that I use for pain management that I apply directly to my skin. Sometimes I'll get migraines. I don't get them, thank God, anymore as much as I used to. I use M-grain oil, M-grain oil. I just add a few drops in my hand. You could also add one of these rollerballs if you like. I rub it around, breathe it in deep, and I apply it to my temples, and I just kind of give a little rub, and it feels so good. I apply it to the back of my neck, because that's where your spine is, as you know, and it just goes in. It eliminates the pain from any headaches, anything like that. Panaway oil, anything great for pain. If you have something like growing pains, you can rub it on, roll it around. If you have IO might have some aches and pains from boxing and stuff like that, this is a super great one for that pain relief. That CBD muscle rub, another really great one. Oh, and then one more thing that I like to add is peppermint oil. I add it to my feet. I add a drop on my big toe, each big toe, and then I rub it around my feet. So interestingly enough, your feet have the most concentration of pores in them, and so that it gets into you that much faster because it's getting into those pores. And that is a great way to have natural energy in the morning, along with the Ningxia, wolfberry, just peppermint, and again, a 15 milliliter bottle, I want to say has 250 drops in it. So it is a great bang for your buck. It will last a long time. So yeah.
So you were just talking about feet. I was wondering if you have anything maybe for dry feet or like where your skin isn't the best.
Sure. So feet and dry skin, I would highly recommend making a massage oil. So not only does Young Living have their own kind of massage oil line, they have a relaxation line, they have a sensual line, they have a few different others like muscle relaxing. But I have personally found that the coconut oil is really good for putting on my skin, and I feel personally when I apply I like to use the Luscious Lemon hand soap or hand lotion, but personally, when I apply lotion, I feel kind of like clogged up. But if I use like coconut oil or a V6 oil and I add some oils into it, that doesn't make me feel as clogged or like, I don't know. That's just my personal skin type. The other thing that's so important is drinking water. Again, I was saying how earlier I was saying how our bodies are a reflection of, or they're great messengers, right? So they're telling us like, hey, I have a headache right now, or like I'm feeling hungry right now, or I have this pain somewhere in my body. Something's going on, you know? Our body doesn't just give us pain or give us cracked feet or whatever for no reason. There's a reason why. So number one, drink water. And if water, I know for some people, like my friends, they're like, I don't like the taste of water. Make sure that you're drinking purified water. And also, you know, if you're in an area that has not so clean water, make sure you're drinking purified water, you know, that's coming in. But also adding like a citrus oil. Lime oil is my favorite to add. Grapefruit oil is great too. And that makes water taste a little better. And then what I personally do is I will take my V6 oil or my coconut oil. I'll add a little to my hand. I'll add my oil of the day, whatever I'm needing. If I'm needing a little extra like energy, I'll add my peppermint. If I'm needing a little extra, you know, emotional support, I'll add some Valor or Stress Away or lavender oil, something like that. So that would be really great for cracked skin and stuff like that. So definitely that would be helpful.
Okay, it's ready.
Okay, so I have been talking about all these wonderful oils, all these wonderful products, and like I said earlier, one of my favorite things is to make my own blends of things. So in honor of your wonderful mama, I wanted to make her a rollerball with you guys so you see how easy it is. And she had mentioned to me that her favorite scents are like a vanilla and cherry. So this rollerball is called Cherry Bomb. And so I have my beautiful frosted glass roller, and I'm actually going to add some amethyst to it because not only does amethyst have healing properties, you don't have to do this, but it's a fun little thing to do, and it helps too to add these healing properties. I'm taking some amethyst little chips, and I'm going to add a few in here, and it actually helps to keep the blend blended, so you don't like necessarily have to shake it up every time, and it just adds a little prettiness to it as well. So I'm going to add my amethyst, and then I'm going to add and these essential oils are super, super concentrated, right? So we don't need very much. We just need a little bit. And this is the blend that I actually have in my diffuser right next to me, so I know how delicious it is. So I'm going to add 4 orange drops. I always like to start slow and then add more if I feel like I need it. So I'm going to add 4 orange, 3 Stress Away, which has that vanilla scent in it already, but we're going to add a little more in a minute. And 3. And then I'm going to add 1 drop of Valor in there. And then I'm going to add 2 drops of vanilla for a little extra sweetness in there, because my girl Becky's so sweet. So I'm going to add a little extra vanilla in there. And this is one of the newer oils that just came out also. So there's that. Give it a little sniff. And then I'm going to top it off with my V6 Vegetable Complex Oil. I just kind of go like that. Before I fully complete it, I like to just take one more sniff. It's pretty strong already, but because I want to make sure that like you are getting the most of the most, I'm going to double this. So I'm going to add one more of this Valor. I'm going to add 2 more of the vanilla. And one cool thing about these tops is that they're the dropper tops is that there's a hole in there. It's very difficult to see on the screen. You have to really look into it. And if you hold the hole down, it comes out faster. And if you hold it to the top, it comes out slower. So if you notice that there's an oil that's very thin and it comes out a little too fast, you can actually rotate it so it comes out a little slower. I'm going to add 4 more orange. And then I'm going to add 3 more Stress Away. Give it a little sniff and top it off with a little more V6. Add my roller top to it. And then I'm going to add my lid, give it a little shake. And there you go. You have your custom cherry bomb perfume blend. And you're getting all those wonderful benefits from the oils. Plus, you get to smell tasty with no extra toxins. So that is super great. And I will be sending that to you guys along with the Thieves cleaner and the Thieves dish soap or laundry soap. So I hope you guys enjoy that.
Okay, we had a great time here, and there's a lot of interesting ideas and stuff that you brought up, and I really like how creative you are with everything, and how you like DIYs, because I also like DIYs, and everything was just like really amazing to see, and we're really glad that we had this meeting with you.
Thank you. I am so glad I had this meeting with you too, and it's so great to reconnect with you guys. I haven't seen you since you were tiny babies, so it's really great to see how much you guys have grown and blossomed, and I am so proud of you all. And I wish you so many blessings.
Thank you. And your website that you would like us to know?
My website is myYL.com/Katharine Peck. And so it's MYYL, like My Young Living, and my name is spelled KATHARINE. And then my last name is Peck, PECK. And you can find me on Instagram at Queenie May Day, QUEENIEMAEDAY. So I have a lot of fun. I like to just make silly videos that are educational as well. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I gotta entertain myself somehow. Anyway, so I have a lot of educational videos on there. And when you hook up with me by signing up through me, it will open up a whole world of educational resources. There's a Facebook group that I can add you into. And we have so many wonderful videos, resources, research done to help you getting started on your healthy living journey.
Thank you. We thank you so much for coming.
Of course, thank you so much. Lots of love to you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.